Hey guys, it's Sponsor Cameron, and welcome to episode 4 of Cup of Java. and let's just jump straight into it. We're just going to be continuing on from the previous example. So let's get over to this workspace and okay, so where were we? So we're just copying down the example. So let's see. I'm trying to zoom in so you guys can see it. Results plus counter, which we defined, that was a class variable, plus spaces and plus output, right? So I think we got the whole thing down. Let me just enlarge this a little bit. This over. Alright, so let's see the program. So this is a math learning class. It's a public class, math learning. We defined a couple of class variables as integers, and then a couple of other variables, integer variables, that we're doing the math on, the class variables on. So these are local variables that we're doing math on based on the class variables. And here's a math, and here's a couple of we're calling a couple of methods. The method blah 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 blah, it takes the parameter double output, so that's a double variable. It's not an integer, it's a double. I think a double holds more values. So there we go, and basically what it does is it prints out the result in a string. Yeah, that's what it does. Prints out the results. So there we go, and let's run the code and see if it works. And what's happening in the console? There we go. So there it is. So basically, result counter is output. So where's output? So output is getting the results from the result variables, and it's created the local variable from the parameter output, and it dumps it right into the system out print line method. Okay, so how did it increment? So incremented counter. Okay, so yeah, we're calling the variable for each result variable. We're calling the method blah 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 for each result variable. That's why we have 5 results here. Okay, I understand that. This is how it is. You are familiar with system out print 9 parentheses, but what are the pluses for? So okay, so we get that. So let's move on to the next one. So alright, number is equal to number plus 5. Used to do that a lot for basic like type stuff. Plus equals 5. So this is just a quicker way of writing it. So number is equal to number plus 5. It means, for example, if number was 1, it equals to 1 plus 5, which is 6, and then if it's like in a loop, you just keep adding 5 to the number variable, right? But here are quicker ways to do it. So you can have number plus equal 5, and that's the same thing as number is equal to number plus 5, and you can do that for the different operations. All right. Randomization. Oh, this is always little bit tough. Alright. So random rand equals new random method. So random rand. So random is a variable type and rand is a variable number. In this class named randomization, we create a random object called rand. Let's break up the statement. Alright. Think of this just like int number. You're creating a new object called rand using type random. Sorry. The second part is the second part of the statement equals new random. Assign a new random object with a default seed. I'm just gonna explain it. Alright, so that code is pretty standard. But what is the value of rand? Or does that depend on the seed? Alright. You'll see red squiggly lines below the word random indicating the presence of an error. Okay. Earlier I mentioned the source folder contained all the Java code and the JRE system library contains importable code that you can incorporate into your own projects. Think of this library as one containing books. Okay. Control Shift O to open. So we gotta import the random import Java util random, indicating that your class makes use of this random class. The full class after importing it like this. Alright, so we gotta import that class. Well, now that we have a random object called rand, we can use it to randomize things. The easiest method we'll learn is dot next int max plus 1. What does this method do? When you call this from a random object such as rand, it will generate an integer between. Okay, so that's like it's like a container for it. Int max plus 1. Alright, so the maximum would be 10, so between 0 and 10. Okay, yeah. If it was 10, it would be 0 and 9. So that's how we give rand a value. So this was just where is it? This was just like declaring it, and this is how it actually gets a value. So it doesn't have a value just from declaring it. Or will the value be 0? No clue. It will generate an integer between 0 and 10. Okay. Probability if statements tomorrow. Alright, let's go to if statements. In Java, we can control the flow of a program by using conditional statements. Let's take a look at a simple example. Alright, I understand if statements that I get. Okay. We can almost skip this. I understand the statements. Let's do it just for fun. But I totally get if statements. So we're gonna use this way. So we're gonna import java.util random close you. Alright, we're gonna make our main method. I still don't get why the main method needs this. Maybe I should go read it again. But why does it need the parameter to be string args? Why does it need to be a string array called args? Right? That's what it is. I'll maybe leave a question on the XDA post, XDA developers post. But random, I can see many uses for this random stuff. Int result is equal to rand dot next int. Oh, that was that next tint. So what's wrong with result? The value of local variable result is not used. Is it because rand doesn't have a value yet until runtime? I don't know. Alright, so if this isn't bash, although I don't know how to do bash. If and phi result equals 0. Alright, so let's just copy paste this for expediency. Else if results is equal to, not assigned this time, so if result is equal to 1 or result is equal to 3. What if result is equal to 2? Why would result equal to 3 if next int only gives... Oh, okay. Maybe some kind of error thing. Maybe like you'll get an error every once in a while. Maybe because it's not like true random number generation. I don't know. I'm just saying stuff. What am I doing? Tails. Fix and number generator. Okay, I think that's all legit. But, well, let's run it and see what happens. I don't know if anything will happen. Tails. Okay, so we'll have a different results every time. Okay, but there doesn't seem to be an instance where result would be equal to 3. Since the value set should never theoretically be equal to the record segment that is only read, if result does somehow become 3, it should be as common as landing a coin on its side. Oh. Alright, so there we go. Okay, so I think we're making progress. We finished up with variables. We did a little bit of math on it. We did some if operations. We did random numbers. I think we're getting there. It's gonna be interesting to when we start getting to the Android SDK side of it. So, until the next episode.